The negative impact of gun violence in the United States are issues that affect all Americans across race and socio-economic spectrum. According to recent research, the surge in gun violence in the nation cost the country an estimated $557 billion a year, according to research from Everytown for Gun Safety. Today, President Biden took another step to ensure American safety against gun violence and still protect the rights of America that wants to own guns. Today, the president established the first ever White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention to review gun violence. The office will be led by Vice President KamalaHarris, and building upon the Vice President's several initiatives addressing gun violence in the country and ensuring gun safety. The office will implement and expand upon key executive order that the President has already signed, and legislative action which has been put in place to save lives. The new office, we also have two deputies that we work with the Vice President. After the events at the Rose Garden, I had a chance to talk to some of the participant attendants. I spoke with the mayor of Jacksonville, Florida. As we know, there was a recent shooting in Jacksonville that killed 3 black people in Jacksonville. I spoke with Mayor Donna Deacon of Jacksonville. I also spoke with the chief executive of a nonprofit organization that work with high-risk youth to educate them more about gun safety and how to prevent gun violence. Here is what they have to say about today's the President Biden initiative that was launched today. From Connecticut, we remember the shooting that happened, the Sandy Hook.
Yes, gun violence is a very difficult issue in our urban communities, and Compass Youth Collaborative works with youth that are impacted by violence every single day. Yet there are more than 4 or 5. When 4 or 5 youth are shot at a time, it is called a mass murder, and we have that in Connecticut all the time on our streets. And there are not enough resources or services provided to youth who are most impacted by violence.
In the initiative that the president launched today, can you talk about how that we support what you're doing in Jacksonville, given what the recent shooting in Jacksonville that happened recently?
Well, I think anytime that you can put those resources all concentrated at the federal level that can then connect to all the local efforts, I think that's incredibly helpful. The president is talking about investing in communities that have been victims of gun violence. We need that investment in prevention programs. I just think the more that all of us who care deeply about this issue are connected, the faster we can move the dial on it. So I'm really pleased. And
can you also talk about what you're doing to support the Black community in your city, for example?
Well, as you know, we several weeks ago had a horrible racist shooting there where we lost 3 precious lives in our Black community. And so what we're doing right now is we're offering financial support is one of the things that we're bringing groups together to do. But also we are connecting people through their various series that we're having of discussing what we can do as a community together to move us past this gun violence issue. We have a gun violence problem in our city, just like we do in our country. And I think the more that we all confront it together, the better we'll do. So we're working on a lot of things to heal the community, but at the same time, I think the best thing we can do is to show them that we are dedicated to moving forward on issues like this.
And now your message to Congress, they have been dragging their feet on this issue. And with what the president is doing today, as you mentioned, to expedite the efforts of the local community, what would be your message to Congress, to members of Congress, to move this forward and how significant it is as a country that this issue is addressed.
Well, I think the reason this is so powerful is because it speaks for most Americans, right? I think something like 87% of the country would like to see common sense gun reforms and want to deal with this issue because it's tearing our communities apart. So my message would be listen to the majority of people in this country, and I'm hoping this effort will provide that impetus to make it happen.